So let's go through downloading Automation Studio, installing it, and also configuring the license, which is really very important. So this is this video that we're looking at. This PDF just goes over the instructions on how to do all of this, and I'm just going to walk through with you, and I'm going to pause on some important spots. This is just important to note that the license key itself, generally, or a lot of the time, it's a USB stick, right? And you stick it in your computer. We're not using that. Humber students, what we have is we have access to the license on the FAMIC server in Montreal. FAMIC is the company that makes Automation Studio. So what we're going to do is just, all you have to do is make sure that you have the internet on your computer and you're good to go. Now, the license configuration is important. That's an important step you can't miss, and that's in page 2.9. We'll go to there. So let's just go through this. This is pretty simple, whatever. What I need to do is I need to pause here. What you're going to do is, this is an active link. You click on this link, and then what it's going to do is it's going to ask you for this information. And once you type that information in, you're going to see this page. So, and you're going to download either the 64-bit or the 32-bit or the 64-bit. Now that is if your computer is a 64-bit or a 32-bit. Probably a 64, but if you do have a 32-bit, just download this one and everything will be fine. If you don't know, well, you can figure that out. Google it. So here we go. So let's just move on. Once you've actually downloaded, you can start to install it. And these are the installation processes, and you can watch all of this. Make sure you choose English, whatever. The one thing I did want to stop and point out that's really important is you have to make sure your clock on your computer is local time. So if you're an international student and you've come over with a computer, make sure you change that clock, because if you don't, the license configuration won't align with what's going on with the license in Montreal on the FAMIC server. So make sure your clock is local time. So go through the process of installing Automation Studio. It's pretty simple. The important part is this. I'm going to stop at this page where we do the license configuration. What's going on is that you will install it and it'll say, okay, done installing, and you'll start it up. And the first thing that will happen when you start it up is this screen will pop up. It'll say, hey, your license isn't configured. I can't run this software. You don't have a license for it. And you can say, oh yeah, well, I can configure it. So once you get into the configuration, you can do license configuration. Click on this guy here. This window will come up. And what you need to do is you need to put this exact information here. So just copy and paste. So copy this and paste it in, whatever. That's an easy number. And then put all this information in here. And then it will configure, and then it will start up, and it will be good, and it will go, and everything will be good. So that's all you really need to do. It's nice and simple. If there's any kind of problem, I just wanted to stop on this guy here. There's a couple things that go weird with Automation Studio. It has to do with some Windows settings. So if when you start Automation Studio, it just stops, then you can watch this video and figure out how to do that. It's just some settings in your Windows that you have to change. Also, sometimes there's some missing icons. If that is true, also this video will show you how to reset that and figure that out. Again, it's just a Windows resetting that you have to do. That's it. I think you're good to go. Okay, bye.